welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. So firstly, I need to apologise for not putting any updates or content out. This technology and uploading and content and stuff is all very new to me. I seem to have made a bit of a hash of it. I've lost some of the content. So this is a video just to give you all an update of where we are so far this week. So the weather hasn't been the greatest, as I'm sure you're all aware. We're all looking forward to some summer sun, warmer days, longer nights. But unfortunately, the weather is what it is, and because we're working outside with the car, we have to deal with it as and when we can. We have made progress, but we're not as far along as hoping to be. Due to that, my mindset's not really been in the best place either. I've been feeling a bit down. Kind of lost my motivation, but again, that's kind of what this whole journey is about. It's about me pushing myself out of my comfort zone, talking to you guys, uploading content, spreading the message that, you know, it's okay to feel down. Sometimes things do get on top of you, but, you know, have a look at that end goal. You know, set yourself a target, set yourself something to achieve, and work towards it, and eventually you'll get there. It might be hard, but you know, with support from friends, family, loved ones, you guys watching, I do appreciate it very much. So what I'll do is I'll jump into the video of what we're up to. I'll try and include any bits of the content that I have managed to find. Like I say, we did lose quite a bit of it, so we'll jump into that now, and hopefully you can see where we're up to. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Right, so the week off, we managed to catch up on quite a few items that we need to do to the car. As you can see, front end is all back together, looking pretty good. Still a few little jobs we need to do to tidy it all up. So we need to restore the headlights. You can see it very well. It's got all of this almost like glue residue. So we'll be getting those polished and making it all look nice. All in all, the front end is starting to look good. The weather hasn't been the kindest to us, but I suppose that's what you get for building a car outside in January and February. We've tried to get as much done as we can. So engine bay starting to look good. So what we had to do was we did go out today and we went over to Wigan VAG parts, a little breaker's yard for VAG parts. We were missing a few components that we found. The further into this car we go, the more we realise that somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing has been playing around with it. It has turned out that the engine is not the original engine that was with the car when I sold it. The engine has been replaced. As such, a lot of components have been taken off and either not being put back correctly or are just not there. So we had a trip out this morning, as I say, over to Wigan VAG parts. We have picked up we had a front bolt missing there. We have picked up 2 bolts that were missing that were supporting the wing. We have picked up a new under tray because that was missing. We've picked up a lower front inner wheel arch cover because that was missing, exposing all of these components. So that all needs to be bolted up into place as well. With regards to the brakes, we have, excuse the corrosion on there, they have been set outside for a couple of days. We've not had the wheels back on yet, but as you can see, we've got the new pads are fitted, new discs are fitted, drilled and vented discs. As for the other side as well, all the arch lining is now back in, new drilled and vented discs. We've cleaned up all the calipers. We have lano guarded all of the underside before we put the arch liners back on. So we are making progress. The next step is to get all these bits put back on. Next week we should be taking a trip over to Wheelbase, so we'll go and see the guys there. We have other jobs to do, so for those with an eagle eye may have seen that my wing mirrors are missing some bits. Now you would have seen in my shorts on my YouTube shorts that I did give the wing mirrors an attempt at wrapping them. We have come to the conclusion that wrapping is not easy. So we did try a few different designs, a few different techniques, because this is all very new to me. I've had my missus helping, the kids have been helping, and we've been trying different things. So we've tried gloss black with the red forged carbon. As I did point out, is lifting in places. This was our first time, you know, not wrapping over the edge of something and putting a seam on it with knifeless tape. This one was carbon fibre and forged red carbon. Again, as you can see in the video, it's all lifting and bubbling. So the best thing that we could possibly do with that is, as I stated, we'll get rid of them. Okay, so what we did, I admit defeat, I've been defeated, not 100% sure what I'm doing exactly wrong. They're lifting in the same place despite what technique I use. I'm assuming it's because I'm not wrapping it all the way over the edge, despite, you know, preheating, post-heating, stretching, all sorts. Whether it's because of the vinyl, I'm not 100% sure. So I'm learning as I go along. So what we decided to do was, look at that, we bought some brand spanking new gloss black shiny wing mirror covers. So we'll get those fitted. Also to go with the wing mirrors. What we did was the current lenses we have on this one. This is the indicator lens along here. We have a smoked on that side. We have a clear on that side. So just to keep it all matching, we have bought some gloss black indicator lenses. Now these are the dynamic lenses. You've probably seen them on a lot of the modern cars. They flash and they kind of go along rather than just blinking. So we're going to get those fitted on. Pretty straightforward to do. So as you can see, the back of the wing mirror cover, that's off. This is the lens we need to replace, the indicator lens that we're going to replace. Dead easy to do. The mirror glass, as you can see, is clipped on along here. You just need to remove that. Behind there is a grub screw, or a hex bolt, sorry, which holds it in place. We can then take that off, plug and play the new one into where it needs to go, and bolt it all back together. So we'll crack on and get that done. So we've done one of the wing mirrors, pretty straightforward to be honest. Replace the cover, replace the indicator. Just turn it around so it just brings it up to look a little bit more modern. Nice gloss black finish. So quite straightforward to do, as opposed to this side, which is a very poor, just single bulb flashing. Yeah, overall the finish on that looks a lot better. So we'll crack on and get the other side done. Okay, so that was quite a straightforward job. Near side and off side, new mirror covers in gloss black with the dynamic repeaters. Gloss black is obviously going to match the new gloss black wheels, the gloss black on the front bumper, the gloss black roof when the weather's kind enough to let us do it. We are fitting quick release front bumper clips, just some cheap ones off Amazon. We're going to attach them this morning, make it easier to remove the bumper in future. Dead easy job. Let's get into it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what a quick release bumper is, dead easy to explain. Just means you can take your bumper off quicker and easier without having to access a load of different nuts and bolts. Inside the wheel arch here, behind the plastic wheel arch lining, there's a load of bolts to access some more bolts which hold the bumper in place. Now we do plan to take this bumper on and off to change the colours over the forthcoming years. So the plan is with this is, rather than having to keep accessing in the wheel arch, what we are going to do, as we come to this side, is we're going to fit two clips. They are these little grommets. One fits there, like so. Put the other one on there, like so. Then a band goes around the pair of them, pulling it nice and tight, therefore keeping the bumper in place where it needs to be. One grommet, two grommet, nuts and bolts go through there. Then you have just this rubber O-ring which pulls across the pair of them. Something like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll get those installed. Okay, so we're down here, we're at the passenger side front wing. You can see we've masked the area off, we put a crease in the tape. This dictates where the bumper is and the wing is. Okay, so what we need to do is we have to get the grommets in the correct position where they're an equal distance apart from the edge, and also where there's a distance to apply enough tension to the band equally, so it's not too tight and not too loose. So we're going to measure the gaps. I think I've worked out it'll be about 1.5 inch from the crease each way, and that should give us enough stretch on the band to keep it in place where it needs to be without overstretching it. Okay, so we've worked out that the band that goes between the two mounting points, a decent sized stretch is approximately 3 inches. So 3 inches from one of the mounting points to the other. That should give us enough tension on the band to hold the bumper in place without too much tension that will cause the rubber band to snap. So what we've done is we've marked the wing up. So between the outside sway line of the wheel arch there and the inside, we've worked it out. We found the center point there and there, and we've worked out from there to there is 1.5 inches, and from there to there is 1.5 inches, which should give us a stretch in diameter of 3 inches. So next thing to do is undo some bolts on the plastic in a wheel arch liner, make sure there's nothing behind that we're going to hit when we drill through, and then we're going to drill through the two mark points to give us access to put the nuts and bolts through to hold on our anchoring points. So we'll get the drill out and we'll get that bit done. Okay, so we've got everything we need: cordless drill, pilot hole drill bit, correct size drill bit, all the nuts and bolts, everything we need to get this job done. Definitely measure 5 times, drill once. See if for any reason you mess it up, it's a hole in the wing and the bumper. I don't want to have to buy new parts and rewrap them. So always important, make sure that we measure correctly over and over again. Just don't want to mess this up. So here we go, we'll get some holes drilled. Okay, there we go, holes are drilled. So we can take it off without ruining the masking tape. We can then use this marking tape as a template for the other side, or not. looks like we'll be making a new template the other side. Okay, there we go, holes are drilled. There we go, they've come out all right. So you don't want to put too much pressure when you're drilling, you don't want to cause any unnecessary indentations. So what we're going to do, because we've exposed some bare metal behind the wrap, I'm going to put a little bit of paint in there anyway. And then we have these grommets, they're going to sit on there and push the nut through. On the back goes a washer and a nylock nut, and that'll pull it all into place. So we're going to crack on and get those installed now. Okay, so moment of truth, we've installed that. We're going to make sure the band fits and our measurements are correct. So dead easy to fit. See, it loops round one, goes around the back and then round onto the other bobbin. I'll have to put you down while I do this bit. Okay, so round one. Easy as that. Okay, so now there is enough tension on there to hold the bumper in place, but not enough to cause excessive tension to the band and cause it to break. Just to go over again why it is that we're doing this. So right up here itself, behind this plastic lining, there's another little shield, and then you can't really see it very well, but right in that gap there is where the bolts are for the bumper. So in order to access those bolts, everything in the wheel arch has got to come off. Wheel off, jack it up, remove all of the arch lining just to get to the bolts that hold the bumper on. I say we will be taking this bumper on and off over the coming years to change colour. So with these in place, rather than having to dismantle all of the inner wheel arch, all we have to do is disconnect that band and 2 bolts at the very front of the car on the grille, and then the whole front end of the car will come off. Just makes the whole process down the line quicker and easier. There are different varieties of these available. I went cheap. I went for the cheapest option, and I don't think they're too bad aesthetically. They do distance. But anybody who's not in the modified car scene is probably thinking, oh my god, why has he done that? So that's the reason. If ever you see a car out and about that's got these bands on, it's generally makes it quicker and easier for people to access certain components when they're working on the car. So it's dead straightforward to do. We're going to crack on, get the other side done, and then we can get all the arch linings all put back together and get the wheels on. So there you have it. There's a quick gloss over of what we've achieved over the past week and a bit. There is a lot of stuff that goes on that I don't get a chance to film, things like bolts or parts not being there, bits snapping, things breaking, not having the correct tools, having to order parts, wait for delivery. All of this adds time to the build. We did attempt to wrap the roof yesterday. It was a nice day, the sun was shining. Unfortunately, it was quite windy, it all went wrong, we had to rip it off. So that's something else that we've now got to do. We've got to order a new wrap for the roof, wait for that to be delivered. So yeah, these things all come into play with how quickly I can get this content out to you. So I will endeavour to put out content quicker, keep those who want to be kept up to date in the loop with what's going on. Once this one's gone out, I will be uploading another video, get that sent out to you. That'll it'll have some big news in it. We've got some confirmation that we've been waiting for, so we'll do a special video on that. Again, shouting out all the companies and people that have got involved with this so far. This project has blown my mind with how many people are wanting to be involved or are getting involved. So what I kindly ask you to do, if you wouldn't mind, please like, share this video. We are trying to promote awareness for Andy's Man Club. It is important that we do raise awareness. So yeah, please like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the videos. If they're rubbish, tell me they're rubbish. It's fine, I don't mind. But yeah, we need to generate as much interest in this build as we can. So thanks again for your time. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Take care.